Hello and good morning, and welcome to Monday morning. Now, I usually do all my videos for my Monday on a Sunday, don't I? But I just haven't had time. For those of you that are new around here, my name is Natasha, and this is going to be, let me just check, episode 81. And on this episode, I show everything that doesn't include my other videos, which at the moment I do a Friday video for the Nature's Walk blanket. So generally you won't see any of that sort of thing on this episode, just so that I can keep it separate really, because otherwise you're kind of watching things twice. Anyway, today I have got a finished item for you, and then I have got a couple of things that I have started. True natural fashion for me. Sounds like I'm getting back to what I used to be like, doesn't it? Anyway, so yeah, I've got a finished, and I've got a couple of, I've got two things that I finished actually, and then I've got a couple of things that I have started. I have also got an email to show you back from June. Now, I stumbled across this when I was having a look for something else, and I didn't realise it was there. And that is an email from the lovely Sherry Crochets. And she must be somewhere in America, because she has got... I'm going to have to check. I had it on the top of my brain, but it's not on the top of my brain anymore. She's been to Joann's and got a big twist yarn and done some work with that, so I'll show you that. And then also I have a little bit of news in the sense of that I wrote to Starcraft and moaned about this monstrosity of a ball of yarn. So I am waiting to hear back from them, because I've told them how disappointed I was, and the fact that you don't expect to buy a kit. My glasses are a bit wonky, aren't they? You don't expect to buy a kit and then only to find that you get somewhat through a ball, only to find that you can't carry on because it's all different yarn weights. For those of you that haven't seen my video when I moaned about it last week, I've been pondering, and I thought, yes, actually I am going to email them, because of the fact we've got some very thin yarn here, and then obviously it goes back to being thick, because it started off really lovely, and I haven't had a problem, and now it's thinner than string, or cotton even. It's just ridiculous. So I've emailed them, so I will let you know the outcome of that. And also I have got my random square blanket, granny square blanket started. So I will show you that as well. So it might be a while. Get yourselves a drink. I've got my lovely sheep mug today. I love fine bone china to drink from, and I love the mugs that are in the supermarkets at the moment. And I love a big mug, and I don't like them if they're too heavy. And I'm drinking black coffee today, only because I am intermittent fasting, as well as following the Slimming World plan. But I like to fast so that I'm not... so I'm concentrating on when I eat and when I don't eat, because it just works for me. And so I can eat at 10:20 today. So I'm having black coffee. So get yourself a drink and then come back and see what I have got for you today. Right, let's press on if you've already got a drink. So the items that I've finished is my Love You to the Moon and Back blanket. Now I took this one away with me. I don't know if you remember from last week. I did say that when I was away I would take some stuff with me, and I did. And I was quite successful actually, because we were able to go back to the hotel quite early, and just, you know, the kids were playing on their tablets and things, and my husband was watching the sport on his, and a little bit of telly and things, because I mean the telly is never very good in the hotel rooms. You don't kind of get Netflix and all this other stuff, and so he was using his phone too. But I was just able to get lots of things done, and I only managed to do 4 rows of this. There was 6, but there was just 2 2 last rows where you just went straight across, quite mindless. And so whilst I was there, I just did the bits where it needed the intricate detail on the top. And then when I came home, I just finished the 2 rows so that it was done really. And as much as I've got to put a border on, the actual blanket's done. So if I can just peer through the holes so I can see what you're looking at. And that's not too bad at all. I'm quite chuffed. And I love the fact that it does actually say Love You to the Moon and Back. And I don't know whether it'll be backwards to you or not. So I just show you both sides. I showed my husband the other day and he said, oh, well, why is it backwards? And I said, well, because I've got to turn it round, dear. But yeah, so that's that one done. And all of the babies now that I had originally wanted to make blankets for, they've all been born. And one was yesterday, which wasn't for a while. It should have been at the end of the month. And then the baby that was born 2 days ago should have been born in September. So I am a bit behind, but then it doesn't matter, because, you know, I'll do it for them, and then they've got it for when the weather gets a bit chilly. So that is what I've finished. Last week I showed you the August square peridot for the birthstones cowl that I'm doing with Litsa over at Coco's Crochet. So I've showed you that one already, but I wanted to show you that I managed to complete May's whilst I was away. I did this whilst I was on the travel, because we travelled for 4.5 hours. And so I've managed to get that one done. And the way I worked it out in my brain, because I know that I am 3 behind, May, June, July. Yes, I'm 3 behind. And the way I've sort of thought about it in my own brain is to do the current one and then do one that I'm behind. So the peridot one was my current one for August, and this is my May one that I've completed. And I have actually started my September one, which means I'm a little bit in front. That makes me excited. And so now I'm not sure. Thinking about the ball band. Have I got it here? Yes, I have, thank goodness. So I'm doing the September square, and that is September is sapphire, and so I've chosen the colour that was pretty much the same. Wool Warehouse, I've got one in stock that is actually the colour name sapphire, and I think it's only £1.80 as well actually, but without actually making a yarn order, because I don't see the point in paying the postage just for one, you know, a couple of random balls. I thought, well, I need to stick to my stash really, because that was what my intention was. I know that I bought one for the emerald one, but that was only because it got messed up, and So I thought I need to start afresh. So the colour I've chosen is Lobelia, and that is a Starcraft Special DK. Now I'm hoping that I won't run into trouble with this one. I mean, it's not it wasn't from a kit, so you know it might be all right. But it was a ball that I had in my stash, and I have had it for some years. So I'm hoping that that was from Beyond before all the trouble came, and before all of the issues that Starcraft were having. So I'm hoping it will be fine. But I have made a start at least. And this is the lovely colour. It looks very blue on the screen, but it is quite... It's a lot different on the camera than it is actually in real life. But I thought this was the closest thing to sapphire really, because it is quite a lot darker. I don't know if it will show on there. Maybe if I pull it back. See, it's a lot darker now than it is if I pull it forward. So, so yeah, I've made a start at least on my September square. So that will be done just when I want to sit and wait for my game, because I have a couple of true to time games where I can do things and set things for a couple of hours and whatever. So I can enjoy doing that on my tablet as well as doing this. So that is something that I can do quite nicely without actually having to think about it. My voice has gone ever so croaky, I'm sorry. So then what else have I got to show you? I have got in my little basket of tricks, just bear with. I decided that, actually no, I'll show you my chicken. I've got some progress on my chicken. Now, last week I showed you my chicken and I had one side done, which actually I think was, let me think. I had this side completed last week, where it was just kind of going upwards, and this one was straight across. So I've actually completed this part of it to make it look even. Isn't that just beautiful? Honestly, it does make me smile. It really does. All the lovely colours, and I think it's going to be a marvellous chicken. And I just can't wait to finish it. When I'm actually working on it, I can't really put it down, but I'm trying to spread my time against everything else I have. So I have to kind of say, put the brakes on a bit and say, no, I need to do a bit and then do a bit and do a bit. So I was actually doing this when I was talking to Sally. Good morning, Sally. When we were chatting on WhatsApp the other day, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing it as well. But I also pondered and did other things as well, because I've also been doing some squares for my Nature's Walk blanket as well. So I'm trying to kind of spread my time. But it just means that there's not a lot in this channel, in this episode that I show, because I'm going to and fro to the other projects. But it doesn't matter. I'm getting it done. That's the main thing, isn't it? And for this one, I'm using a 4.5mm hook. And my favourite hooks are Susan Bates. If you want to know which of the hooks that I like to use. And for the Birthstones Cal, I am using 3.75. I like them because they're in line, and the yarn doesn't seem to pull out very much when it doesn't slip off, and that's what I kind of like as well. So that's the ones that I prefer to use. Now, what else? Let me just make sure that I've said about that. Let me tick them off so that I don't get... I've said about the email. Right, so before we move on to my random granny square blanket, I'm going to show you the lovely picture that Sherry sent me. And if you pronounce it Sherry, I'm sorry also. But she was saying that she happened to stumble upon my videos and realised that I was working on the same thing that she was, and that she's off for a summer break from their school, and she had made the blanket for her granddaughter. She has attached a picture and has said that I am welcome to share it. Well, of course I didn't see it, and she sent me this in June, on the 9th of June in fact. Anyway, she used Big Twist yarn from Joann's. Oh, come on, tablet. She used Big Twist yarn from Joann's, and she used a 5.5mm hook, and she said it was so much fun, and she was hoping to start another one because she enjoyed it so much. Thank you for your videos. She said thank you for my videos in her favourite subject, and that it was nice hearing my calming voice as she dabbles into her own projects. And she lives in Virginia, in America. So I have to show you this. Isn't it absolutely lovely? It makes me want to do something with my squares now because they're just sat upstairs in a box. But isn't that just lovely? The only thing that really puts me off doing things like that, unless I did random, is because I haven't got lots of balls of the same colour. So I wouldn't be able to do it all like that unless I actually purposely went out and bought some more. So I will soon. I've just got more pressing things to spend my money on at the moment, and that's the problem. But that's all right because we'll get back to buying yarn and doing some more yarn hauls and things, which I have done in the past. I just need to kind of save up my pennies a bit. So thank you, Cherie, for sending that to me. I've really enjoyed looking at it, and that's really lovely, and has given me some inspiration to think about. Right, so I thought that I would keep the random granny square blanket because I was doing it as a cal. For anyone else that wants to join in, that's absolutely fine. And that was the Granny Goes Random crochet blanket. Now, I'm not using these colours, but it was the picture that actually attracted me to it, and I actually quite enjoyed it. And the fact that I thought that I could get rid of some of my yarn actually made me quite excited. And so I have made a start. I've only done the one, but I have made a start, and that's the main thing. Now I thought that I would continue to use the balls from the June blanket, just so that I can get rid of the random balls and I'm not adding to the stuff that's upstairs. So the colours that I have finished with at the moment, because I haven't finished my squares, so I'm only using the stuff with the balls that I have actually finished the squares with, and I thought that I would go with these colours. Now let me just put my basket down, pull my seat forward, then I can show you properly. Now, I love muted colours. I think I'm drawn more to them than I am with bright colours, because I like the subtleness of them, and I think that works. Anyway, I've decided that I would do it quite randomly, except for the middles, and I'm going to do the brown middles just so that it's got a focal point, and then I can change the colours after the middle, I suppose, in that sense. But each of the rounds are 9 squares around. 9 squares, I mean 9 rounds for each square. And this is what I've done so far. Now, I've chosen, this was the gates, which was mocha. And I've actually got the colours here so I can remind myself. Because I don't have the ball bands. I'll put them somewhere. But anyway, the pink is... Oh, what is the pink? I can't remember. The pink is pale rose. And the purple is the grape colour. So I'm going to do a few in these, and then I'm going to, so that was this one, and this one. And what? And I used a 4.5mm hook for this because I wanted it a little bit drapey. So this is the colour for one set, and then I thought I would do Parma Violet and silver for the others. Now, whether they're going to look right or not, I don't know. But I think I just need to ignore the fact that I'm not comfortable with randomness and just get on with it. But I don't know. And then I thought I might alternate between this one and this one, or this one and this one, or this one and this one. Just whatever takes my fancy. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to get on with it and see how I go. So if anyone wants to join in, if you've got any yarn that you want to use up, I will put the pattern in the description box again below. I did it last week, so if you want to go over to last week's episode on the Monday, then you can always go back over to there. But I will put it in the description box below so that then you can print it off, because it is a free pattern. And it has got diagrams for those of you that follow diagrams, and then it's also got the schedule, I call it the schedule, of where to put the squares and where to put the halves and the quarters, so that it makes a square blanket. So I thought that it would be quite lovely to do, and considering it's free and everyone's going to have some random balls that they've finished a project with and things, and I just thought it'd be really nice. So I will make a hashtag, because I haven't yet, and then I will, it will be an official Cal then, won't it? So I might call it hashtag Random Grannies 2025. I think that would be good. So if anyone wants to join in, then please do. I would love, love, love for you to see all of your makes. If you've got your own channel, then of course you can show it on your own channel and then give me a mention. But if not, if you don't have your own channel, then you can of course email me, and I will put my email in the description box below as well. But my email address is nat.stitches15@outlook.com. So that brings me to the end of my episode. I don't think there's anything more to tell you. I have got my course to do when I finish this, but I apologise for it being slightly late, because I always usually do it and then put it up for 8:30 so that it's a regular thing. But yesterday I had our grandson over, and so it was all a bit hectic here yesterday. And by the time that we had taken him home, I was just too tired to sort it out all out and make a video. So I thought I would just do it this morning. And I planned to get up a lot earlier than I did, because I do like to get up very early, usually around about 5 o'clock. And then the day would have been my own, but I didn't wake up until 7 this morning, so I must have been absolutely shattered. But that's neither here nor there, is it? But it just means that this one comes to you a little bit later, but at least I'm managing to get it done. So I'm off to do some of my studying before my tutor phone call this afternoon, and I will see you all again on Friday. I don't know if I'll be on before or not, before Friday, but we'll see. But definitely Friday, because I have an update on my Nature's Walk blanket for you. So, see you all again soon. Take care, my lovelies.